don't trust nobody. I don't even trust my mind, I'm losing everybody. They can never take the...
So, hello guys and welcome to another windfoiling tutorial video. Today I think we're gonna talk about a topic that's really interesting for every windfoiler out there, and it is how to do a windfoil air jibe. That is a jibe when you go all the way through without touching the water. You stay on the foil all the time. So, I'm gonna break it down into 10 parts and we're gonna talk quickly about each of them, and we're gonna look at some video examples right in front of you. So, let's dive in. So, tip number 1 is use the biggest wing you can and the smallest sail you can. This will be the easiest way to do a jibe. So, if you're, for example, into racing or something, then use a 900, 1000 wing and use the smallest sail you can for those specific conditions, so like an 8 meter or 9 meter, rather than going straight for like a 10 meter, for example. Number 2, pick the right conditions. The best is to learn in flat water and in relatively strong winds. So whatever kit you're on, you should be well powered on it, so you shouldn't struggle with getting planing. That will make going through the jibe and staying on the foil much easier. Third tip to start doing air jibes is reduce the amount of degrees you need to turn through. So before the jibe, bear off, go into quite a deep downwind angle and then start the jibe. And when you're going out of the jibe, also finish the jibe while going downwind. Don't go straight back to half wind angle. This will be a lot easier at the start, and then eventually you can slowly start adding the degrees and do the 180 degree jibe fully. But this is significantly harder than going from a deep downwind to a deep downwind. So now we go into the technique of the jibe itself. So tip number 4 is go into the jibe on bent legs and move the hands backwards, and I mean both hands backwards. So you should take the back hand back as well as moving the front hand more towards the harness lines as well. I would suggest putting the front hand right next to the harness lines. That works best for me, and that makes it easier to rotate the sail through up until the flipping moment. Tip number 5. Step out of the back foot strap with your back leg and place it onto the other side of the board like you would when jibing on a normal fin board. Tip number 6. Close the sail with the back hand just at the very initiation of the jibe, and then start releasing it immediately. By releasing it, I mean start opening the sail with the back hand and together with your whole body very early on. This will avoid you getting the sail backwinded. So quick close and then release. To release the sail, to open the sail, you'll most likely need to push with that back hand quite a little bit. Depends on the conditions and the sail that you use. Tip number 7 is lean forward a lot. And I mean a lot. You'll think actually that you're leaning forward a lot, but when you check the video footage, it seems that you're still standing straight or even leaning back. So you really need to push yourself to lean forward massively. Tip number 8, and this is a really important one, is to switch the feet super early. A lot earlier than you think you need to do it. This will help you to flip the sail easier, avoid getting backwinded, and make sure that you continue through in there throughout the whole jibe. And when you switch your feet, put the former back foot directly into the foot strap. So basically the former back foot would already be on the other side of the board. So when you're taking out the former front foot out of the foot strap and placing it behind the back foot, just slide the back foot right into the foot strap. This will allow you to keep a lot more control than you otherwise would in the board, and will make sure that you can push and pump the board right after you flip the sail if you need to do it. Number 9. Once you go into the jibe and start opening the sail, push the sail forwards. Try almost straightening both of your arms and push the sail forward and also to the outside of the jibe. So if you're jibing from port tack into starboard tack, you are leaning with the body forward and into the jibe slightly. So to the right, you want to push the sail outside to the left side of your body and the board. And then flip the sail early. So once you flip your feet early, you'll also want to flip the sail early. Once again, to avoid getting backwinded, which always kills the jibe and is almost impossible to do an air jibe if you get really backwinded badly. So make sure you flip the sail really early. Since both of your hands are shifted quite a lot back, make sure to slide the front hand to the mast before flipping the sail. That will make it a lot easier. Finally, tip number 10, and one thing that you heard me mention quite a few times already, is getting backwinded. So if you do get backwinded at any point throughout the jibe, the only thing to do is just to push through it. So basically backwinded means that you start feeling the pressure into the sail from the downwind part of the sail. It feels like the wind starts blowing from the other side and is pushing the sail back into you. So the only thing to do then is to push through it and to push with the back hand and try opening the sail and flipping the sail as soon as possible. This will be hard at first, but there is no other way that I know around it. So first, ideally, you avoid getting backwinded by switching the feet early, pushing the sail to the outside and opening it early and flipping the sail early. But if you do end up getting backwinded, just push through with the back hand to open it more. And the further back you have the back hand, the easier it will be to control this event of being backwinded and to push through it. So yeah, these are my top 10 tips on how to make your foil jibe in the air. I hope it's useful. Let me know what other topics I should cover about wind foiling, what you need to learn. And make sure you check out my Patreon page so you can support me there and I can continue making more of these tutorials and hopefully increasing their quality as the time goes on. And like and subscribe to this channel. So thanks for tuning in once again and see you in the next video. Adios.